Okay.
Is that live now?
I think it said it was live, but I'm not sure.
Yes. One sec. Okay.
Okay, we're there.
Okay, that's great.
Awesome.
We are going to be talking about movement today, because on my Q Wellness page, I've been talking about Move More Month, which is the month of April. So I thought it would be great to get in contact with professionals like yourself that are in the field of movement. So that leads me to my first question: is what do you do, who you are, and why you do it?
So, hi everyone, thanks for watching. So, I'm Mags from Yoga with Mags, and as you can guess, I'm a yoga teacher. And what is yoga? Yoga is an invitation to go within and for reflection. So, mostly people think of yoga as the physical practice or like a fitness workout or regime or just the postures themselves. So most of us know downward dog or cobra or heard such terms being bandied about. But yoga is really a physical practice with a spiritual intention. So I can elaborate on that a bit later on. And why I teach yoga is because it's the most rewarding way to connect with people and to work with people as a teacher that I'd come across so far. And yoga teaches you how to receive your life as a gift and how to respect yourself and your body on a deeper level. So, like I said, it is a physical practice, but then there's a little bit more to that.
It sounds beautiful. I've done bits of yoga, but I'm not nowhere near being a teacher. So, how do you think that yoga itself can help with people's overall well-being, so their mind, their body, and their soul? Um, what? Yeah.
I would say that yoga provides you or helps you create a safe space. So, on the mat where you can work with your own limitations. So, be it physical, emotional, or mental. And so that you can grow in your own unique way in your own time. So, I always remind my students. Not to let somebody else's journey be their own because we are all different. So everybody is different. And you should give yourself the time that you need to grow and develop. So that's the first thing that you get to work with your limitations. And then we've got a number of the more tangible physical benefits. So better posture, good sleep. Who couldn't do with more of that? Better flexibility, balance. So the list goes on and on. But also yoga helps you regain control of your mind and emotions. So then you also learn that your breathing isn't just something that we do, but you can actually use it as a tool to, for example, combat anxiety. We live in such a high octane world that so often we just stuck in our heads, and yoga helps you get out of your head and into your body using breath as a tool.
Fantastic. It sounds that it can help
Uh,
anyone that's out there looking to look after themselves. Um,
Absolutely.
so my next question is, how can we access your services? Obviously, at the moment we are in lockdown, so that's obviously having an effect. But yeah, let us know about all of your different services that you offer.
Of course, like you said, everything looks a bit different right now. for the foreseeable future. So with this in mind, I started doing live streams of my yoga classes. I do that 3 times a week. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, it's 6 till 7 p.m. And Sundays, 4 till 5. So hopefully some of you will join me tomorrow. And I do this over Facebook Live, and I live stream on YouTube. So it's the same platform that we're here right now, to give people an option which they prefer. But apart from that, because I understand that still people have, the rest of their lives as it is, so kids and other responsibilities, some are working from home, so not a lot has changed for them. So I started creating more content on YouTube. So you can find videos for up to 30 minutes long, some for beginners. There are mindful movement meditation or more classic meditation, so guided one where you connect with your breath, and going to more intermediate and perhaps creative and challenging flows. So I'm hoping to cater for any everyone's needs and wishes, perhaps. So with this in mind, we're producing content every day, and we want to release it on the days where I'm not streaming, just to give you something to do. The channel is quite new, and that's why we're putting a lot of effort into producing the content, so we can expand it and hopefully be of service to the community.
Fantastic. It's amazing that you're doing it for all different capabilities, from beginners to intermediate level. I'm definitely a beginner, so I'll be taking a look at your YouTube videos. If people wanted to adapt your yoga positions, say if someone's injured their shoulder or has a lower back injury, is there different movements that they could do? Or...
So all yoga practices can be adapted and modified depending on how your body feels, let's say on a given day, but also it can be adapted for specific reasons. So like you mentioned, injury, or if there's in pregnancy. I would probably say that if you've never done yoga before, you shouldn't start when you're pregnant, unless you do it with a teacher who's qualified to teach prenatal yoga. But as a general rule of thumb, I encourage students to think of how their body feels. So it's crucial not to push yourself. So, just swallow your ego and just be with your body. Give it time and space for it to open, and you can access the poses rather than forcing it to come into a shape, because this isn't what yoga is about. And especially with me not being next to you in the room, it's really essential that you take responsibility for your practice. So I always say, if something doesn't feel right or you don't want to do it for whatever reason, just don't. It's your practice, so you want it to feel good. And, I'm all about pushing ourselves, but there are times when it's okay to give 110% of effort. But equally, sometimes it's sitting on the mat and staying with your breath. This is also yoga. So it doesn't, every day is different, and therefore so will be your yoga practice. This is something that especially people who are quite competitive should be mindful of, that yoga begins where you are today, not where you were yesterday or where you long to be. Because it's, like I said, every day is different, and so your body will feel different. You can have a headache, or maybe you sprained your ankle. So it's not something that should stop you from practicing, but you should be mindful of your body's natural limitations and don't push it. To be kind and compassionate to yourself. And, as cheesy or cliche it may sound, it is really essential that you treat your body and yourself with the due respect. That sometimes we're just really harsh and we just push ourselves and it's like, oh, this isn't good enough. But then think about it. Would you speak to your friend like this? Would you make them do something?
Okay.
No, probably not. So then why would you treat yourself and your body like this? This is how lots of injuries, we end up with lots of injuries. But it's a,
Well,
let's say,
I have a job.
yeah,
Because people do they do something by mistake, or they've overdone it in the gym and they cause an injury, and I can fix it with massage, but it can also knowing your body. I believe, like you said, the yoga allows you to learn about your actual body, because we do live in autopilot. If anyone wanted to contact you to discuss different poses, is that something that you're willing to? Yeah.
100%, absolutely. I'm always down to connecting. I'm always open to give some suggestions or discuss some needs, injuries, whatever it may be. So feel free to contact me, Facebook, Instagram, or email, whatever it may be. And just like you said, this is really important to fully connect with your body on like a deeper level, so that you prevent the injuries, and then you know what you can or can't do, and not just because you fit in this certain group of people, you know, in terms of age, I don't know, ethnicity, gender, and that means that you should or shouldn't be able to do something. So I remember when I did CrossFit, and they do the box jumps, and I know I can do it, but in order to keep the stability and alignment, and everything how it should be, so I don't injure myself, I have to do it slowly.
Yeah.
But in CrossFit or exercise regimes like that, you're meant to be quick and explosive, but actually it's your body, so do what's right for you.
Yes. What comes naturally.
That's right. And in terms of the modifications in my class, so I always say that if you don't feel like doing something, you don't have to. If you want to skip something out, you can retreat into child's pose, connect with your breath, or just skip something out and join back when if you feel ready to do so. Another thing is that I really need to highlight, or feel like it's really important to remember, is to taking responsibility for your own practice. Because especially now where you can't go to a yoga studio, you can't have a one-to-one with a qualified teacher who will look after you, then you need to take care of yourself. And I know many of my colleagues, including myself, we offer classes via video groups, and but I found it's just my personal experience, everyone is different, that having more than a couple of people on the screen makes the connection quite muffled. So for that reason, because I can't see perfectly clear what's happening in your body as you on my screen, so I'm really relying on using crystal clear verbal cues.
Yes.
So I explain how things should be, proper alignment, and the structure to ensure that the practice is safe, because I think that's crucial, in delivering a class from the comfort of my home to the comfort of your home, where we're working with the body.
Fantastic. Brilliant.
Thank you.
Well, the next bit would probably be if anyone has any questions, but obviously Facebook didn't happen today. So if anyone does have any questions, I'll put your link in the comments, and then that they can DM you directly.
Yes, that'd be
So
amazing. Do you have any questions for me, Charlie?
um, not that I can think of.
Okay, that's fine. You've been great. Thank you.
Brilliant.
And the same to you. If anything comes up in your mind, you've got any yoga related questions, feel free to contact me. And hopefully, I will see you joining my live stream on Sunday at 4 p.m.
Brilliant. Okie dokie. Well, take care, and I'll see you soon.
Yeah, take care. Bye bye.